There's this guy, Elias. He's a really quiet dude, always surrounded by old books and papers. Like, he works with really old stuff, the kind you find in dusty libraries. One day, he's looking through this old journal and finds a note, written in his own handwriting. But the words, they're creepy. It's like a poem about someone getting killed. Crimson bloom, it says, silent scream. You know, really messed up stuff. Elias is freaked out, but he tries to brush it off. Maybe I wrote it when I was bored, he thinks. But then, he finds another note, and another. And they all describe these horrible murders that have been happening around town. The ones on the news. Here's the really scary part. Every single detail in those notes matches the real murders. Elias starts going crazy. He's searching his apartment, trying to figure out what's going on. He's losing time, like, hours just disappear. He feels like he's watching himself do things, but he doesn't remember doing them. He finds another note that talks about an attic in an old, empty house. He's never been there, but he feels this pull, like something is telling him to go. So, he goes. The attic is a nightmare. Bloodstains, and a creepy old clock stopped at a weird time. And then, he sees a little scratch on his wrist. A scratch that matches a wound from one of the murder victims. But it's not really him. It's like there's someone else inside him, someone dark and violent. He tries to write in his journal, to understand what's happening. But the handwriting changes, it gets angry. He thinks he can stop me, it says, but the crimson blooms will never die. He's terrified. He looks in the mirror, and for a second, his eyes turn red. Like, blood red. It's not him anymore. It's this other thing. He's trapped. He knows he has to stop this other person, but how do you stop yourself? He's back in his apartment, hiding, scared. He finds one last note, talking about a final bloom. He looks in the broken mirror, and he sees the red in his eyes again. He knows what he has to do. We don't know what happens next. Does he stop the killer inside him? Or does the darkness win? All we hear is the sound of water dripping, like blood. It's like, what if you found out you were doing terrible things, but you didn't even know it? What would you do? Would you be able to stop yourself? That's the really scary question, isn't it?